Traffic disruptions and loud messages aren't the only things memorable about Saturday's Black Lives Matter march to the gates of the State Fair.
Pigs in a blanket, fry like bacon.
One of the chants heard from protesters is being called disgusting by rank-and-file St. Paul police officers. Police Federation leaders say the threatening refrain is divisive and dangerous and won't lead to improved police relations. As Bill Hudson explains, march organizers say they're not about to apologize.
By most accounts, it was a peaceful march down Snelling Avenue, though intended to disrupt leisure to deliver a message of justice.
We weren't surprised that it was peaceful, but we were glad that everything worked out right.
But along the way, protesters broke into a pointed refrain.
Pigs in a blanket, fry like bacon.
What some may find offensive is also free speech. What's ironic here is that marchers were being protected by the very officers targeted in the chant.
Statements and chants like that are just ignorant. You know, I find it absolutely disgusting.
Officer Dave Titus heads the St. Paul Police Federation. He called it dangerous and outrageous rhetoric, especially coming just hours after a Texas deputy was gunned down in cold blood.
This is for my American friends, for all Americans. The big question is, how much of this are you going to take? Recently we've seen statues torn down, not just of Confederate soldiers, Confederate monuments, but George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, to the founding fathers, and even Abraham Lincoln. And they get away with this because what? They call you racist. You let them. Anytime they want to do something that you don't want them to do, all they do is shout racist, and then you let them. What is happening now is sedition. Sedition is punishable by a very heavy prison sentence, and sometimes it can be punished even more severely. You have to stop the rot now, because if you don't, in a few months or less than that, there won't be anything left to save. Like I said, how much of this are you going to take? Are you worried this woman will call you racist?
How do you respond to those kinds of, again, loving criticisms?
I think that the criticism is helpful. I also think that it might, I think of a lot of things. The first thing I think is that we actually do have an ideological frame. Myself and Alicia in particular are trained organizers. We are trained Marxists. We are super versed on sort of ideological theories. We are trained Marxists. We are trained Marxists.